Right, here I am, yeah. Back at Colchester Kawasaki. Yeah, marvellous place. Look what I'm back on. Yeah, I've got to do it now. I've done all those other bikes. I've got to go. Look at that, marvellous. Absolutely splendiferous. Yeah, really nice. Straight into life. And we'll get going and I'll have a bit of a mutter. Straight away, I can tell you, it feels a solid bike when you get on it, and that sound is marvellous. Now this bike has done a few hundred miles now. Oh, that's nice. Just pull out. Thank you. Yeah. So it's all nicely loosened off a bit. Yeah. I'm gonna do similar route to what I did before. Oh, this guy doesn't know where he's going, does he? Neither do I, but we just go. Anyway, let me get my visor down a bit. And straight away, it says I've got no fuel. Don't know how accurate that is, but we'll find out if I run out. Yeah, that'd be marvellous, won't it? Yeah, so what have we got straight away? Roundy clocks 2 and all the lights and stuff in the headlamp. That's nice, isn't it? Brakes, very good. Some people think that they're not, but for what I'm doing, they seemed really keen. Yeah. What I also like is having the warning lights in the headlamp there. It's much more obvious if you leave your indicator on. Yeah. You can see it. Yeah. So that's good. Mickey Mouse mirrors. That's marvellous, isn't it? I can just about see out of them okay. They're not fantastic, but I think you have to play about with them a bit to get them adjusted just right. This has been moved a bit back, but it's okay. But that's just an adjustment, isn't it? The sound of that engine, it's so free and the bike's so sharp going forwards. Yeah. Obviously I'm in traffic now, so I'm a bit stuck, but it's balanced, it's easy, it's not difficult. The throttle isn't lurchy. No. You know, for a single, Bertie would be either rev me or put me in a different gear, you know, whereas this, no, it's nice and smooth. Yeah, crikey, that car got close to that other car. So there you go. Just going into a 40 now, so we can, lovely. And bumpy old bend. Now, one or two people say the Interceptor handles better. I don't know, they're all pretty much the same really, I think. I mean, the problem we've got is the roads are pretty bad at the moment, aren't they? They're all lumpy, bumpy, loose gravel from the potholes and stuff, so you've got to be careful anyway. Oh, but it's so responsive, and I think this is more responsive than the Interceptor. I do, yeah, but then it should be being a single and all, shouldn't it? Yeah, I reckon. And the feel, that purr, the growl, you only get that from a single. A twin's not going to produce that. It's a different sort of noise and a different sort of feel through the seat. And like I say, the seat is firm. but I find that comfy. I do, yeah, very comfy. And the suspension is firm, but you know, I haven't adjusted it. I've done nothing with it at all, and I possibly could have a look and try to adjust it, as Terry would say, yeah, Terry O'Keefe, yeah. But I don't have anything to adjust it with anyway. Yeah, but the bars, they're a nice width. They make handling it really easy. They're not too wide, not too thin. All the switch gear, people have said it feels a bit loose. This doesn't feel loose, it feels absolutely fine. And it's got what you need, that's all, nothing more. So we'll get up here, and I think, yeah, this church, we go straight on here onto this little back road. And of course, in summer this would be lovely coming down here. I'm trying to imagine what it'd be like with ace bars on or something like that. What we got going on down here. That's what I'm thinking. This is lovely, isn't it? So quiet and peaceful. This is just absolutely lovely. The last time I came down here, it was all ice and snow. The only trouble is this road is single track, and you can't always see the traffic. Oh, there's mud on the roads. So, am I developing a relationship with it? That's the thing, isn't it? That's what I wanted to know, because it's almost like manufactured, isn't it? Well, it is manufactured, but do you know what I mean? Like the Royal Enfields, they have that thing where there's that Indian magic and you feel connected because it's, I don't know, just like it's got a soul. And I think this has got a soul. I do. I'm beginning to feel and fall for it. And I sort of thought that I would, even though it's a Rotax engine, even though it's produced in India, and not in Birmingham, you know. But we've learnt that from Royal Enfield, and I think a lot of people are not giving BSA the chance that it deserves. Now, I feel that when you accelerate, that back suspension does squash down a bit, and I know I can hear Terry screaming at me saying, you haven't adjusted it, or something like that, but I haven't had a look. But I will have a look when we stop and do a walk round. Yeah, I could see this being a real hoot. I really can. Oh, bit of gravel. Yeah. Would I have one? Well, it's early days. They are in the country, that's for sure. They are in the country. Now I'm very conscious that the fuel is really low, but I do know that the fuel gauges are reportedly slightly inaccurate, so I'm hoping that it is slightly inaccurate and that there's a bit more in it than that, but we'll see. Oh, this is 30 miles an hour. Look at that soldier still there. It's quite apt for Colchester. There's a big barracks at Colchester. Does this road simply come back round? Oh look, it does. That's marvellous, isn't it? So what I shall do here is I'm going to go back up. Yeah. I'm going to go around again. That's marvellous, isn't it? Yeah, suspension's definitely firmer on this, but then I'd rather know that, I think, than have it too soft. Soft's good for comfort. Brakes, absolutely fine. You could make a little circuit here, couldn't you? I wonder if they'll let me out on Ninja. Yeah. Oh, this is just so pleasant though. I love coming over here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop down here for a walk round. Yeah, I'll stop down here before I do the senses test again. Here we go. Side stand down, ignition off. There we go. Simple as that. Let's go around here and have a look. God, that's beautiful, isn't it? That's beautiful too. What do you think? Marvellous, isn't it? Let's have a proper look. Yeah, I like that. So, here we are. Yeah, BSA Gold Star 650. It's got a few miles on under its belt now. So, and in all that salty, icy, wet, gritted roads and all sorts, and it still doesn't look bad, does it? Bit dirty, sorry about that, Colchester Kawasaki. There's still a bit of muck on the roads, that's all I can say. The wheels standing up really well, aren't they? I mean, look at that, really shiny. Brakes absolutely fine, yeah, that's what I think. Front forks okay. That exhaust, it's wearing, isn't it? It's going a bit funny colour, but that's what they do. They all do. Paintwork standing up all right as well. Yeah, engine's looking just like it did when it was new. That's fine. Oh, they didn't take the baffle out though. Yeah. Back wheels looking pretty decent as well. Yeah, there's no rust on the suspension, which is it is on the second one, so it'll go up more. Yeah. Mudguard, everything, it's all looking just like it did when it first came out, which for a demo bike, you know, sometimes they don't stand up that well, do they, because they get abused. Yeah, this is sounding and going just like the first time I rode it. Yeah, Mickey Mouse moves, you see what I mean? This could swing forward a bit. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, if you can swing that forward a bit. People again still complaining about this. I like that, that's fine. They've all got them, some of them tuck them underneath there, and if you don't like it you can take it off. Yeah, that's what I say. And the clocks are marvellous. They could do really with lifting up a little bit, I think, and just tilting. That's what I'd look into, a bracket if I got one. Yeah, drop bars, I think, looking at that, I think I could get drop bars on there, some ace bars, something like that. Yeah, and the radiator, well, it didn't bother me. I don't think about it, and then I don't notice it if I don't think about it. But the wheels, they're lovely. Yeah, it's been out in all that salt. Headlamp, it's just marvellous. I love it. Yeah, I love having that little dial just in there. That's great. And no doubt BSA will be working with someone to produce loads of extras for it. I understand they're all in the country now as well. Yeah, so we'll be seeing them all on the roads. Then we'll really know, won't we? What they go like. But that's lovely. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll get back on and I'll do that circuit again. Marvellous. So back on board. Yeah, marvellous. What a great little bike it is, isn't it? Yeah. Clocks. There we go. Into gear. Look at that. It's just so easy and so solid. Such a solid little bike. Look at this dog. Thank you, sir. Yeah, that dog you would have seen on camera stopped and had a look. He had a good sniff of it. He thought it was marvellous. But everyone thinks this lady stopped as well and took a photograph for me. Yeah, she thought it was marvellous too. And you know, us fellas, it's important that the ladies think it looks marvellous, isn't it? Yeah, let me get my visor down. Yeah, and it's nice on a sunny day. It looks the business, doesn't it? And it's so smooth. Oh, I love it. I really do. Yeah. It gives me a good feeling. But on that note, we need to get onto the sensors, don't we? We've got these S-bends to deal with first, so that's a good time to talk about the taste. I'm not tasting it. Look at that, it's got such long legs. Oh, it really does. Got really long legs. Did you see that? Look, nothing. Wind it on and off it goes. Oh, it's lovely. Yeah, where it belongs, in the English countryside. Some of these bends are a bit tight, but doesn't it handle well? It really does. Lots of gravel on this one. Be a bit careful. Yeah, taste then. Taste. It looks good enough to eat. I know that. It definitely looks good enough to eat, but I'm not going to eat it. I'm not going to taste it. You know that. Then what have we got? Smell. Well, it smells absolutely marvellous. There's nothing leaking from it, even though it's been driven by every Tom, Dick and Harry. Yeah. Turn the indicator off. Could see that clearly there, as I said earlier. Then what we've got? What does it look like? Well, to look at, for me, I think it's lovely. I really do. I know people's eyes are drawn to the radiator. No one seems to be really mentioning that anymore, so I'm glad about that, because my eye isn't drawn to the radiator. I think everything's in proportion. It's a small bike for someone who, I'm 6'2", but I feel comfy on it. I don't feel uncomfy, and that's got to be good. I like the firm feel of the seat, because if it's firm now, it's going to last, isn't it? You know, a soft squishy seat on any distance is going to get to you a bit. Then what have we got? To touch and feel, I've left my indicator on. Having said that, but I only realised because I could see it. Yeah, some bikes I wouldn't have noticed, primarily because I've got a massive camera stuck in the front of my face, but also because I'm looking up there. That's where you look, isn't it? And really, having those warning lights out in front would be better. But you imagine if I had bars on, I'd be like that. Yeah, it'd be right in my face. But anyway, yeah, it all feels pretty decent. I said it before, I'll say it again. Some people have said that the switches they don't think are as good a quality as Royal Enfield. I think they're saying it for the sake of saying it. Now the Super Meteor is a different kettle of fish. I think they've done really nice switches on that, but they're still just switches and they're all functional. What's more important is that they're all in the right place, all intuitive. Yeah. And for me, they are. That's what I feel. So the sound, I love the sound of it. Could it be louder? Yeah, it could, just by taking the baffle out. And I've heard what it can sound like on Mr. Darcy. Yeah, they did a marvellous video and a marvellous comparison as well, I think. Big pothole there, but this is so smooth. I love it, I really do. How does it make me feel? Well, I could imagine building a relationship with this bike. Yeah, and that's what it's about, isn't it? It's not about the one ride that you do, it's about every ride. Are you going to feel content with it? There's so many potholes, and I think I would. Yeah. It's such fun to play with on the bends, and it's got some get up and go when you want it to. Put the bags on the back. I don't know what it'd be like to up. That's the other thing, of course. I just don't know. I imagine it'd be alright. I see no reason why, and I can only think that it would actually be better than the Interceptor because of the single cylinder, which gives it that extra pull, you know, for carrying weight. If you want to pull something, you want a big fat single cylinder, don't you? Yeah. Would I have one? Most definitely. Can I afford one? Only if a bike goes. Only if a bike goes. Now there's a quandary, isn't it? But there you go. Anyway, I have got to take this back now. Oh, got a bit lazy there with my toe. Slipped into neutral instead of second. But I think that is entirely my fault. But this is so easy at 30 miles an hour as well, because that's also an important factor, isn't it? And then we turn right here. I love it. I do. I like the feel of it. Yeah, I could see this really connecting with me. I could. Yeah. So against the other bikes, well, you can't compare it. It is beyond compare, because there isn't. I know people will, and they'll always compare it to the Royal Enfield. Well, to my mind, it's too different. Same size engine and all that lot, you know. Similar brake horsepower, similar weight, similar height. But this isn't. You can't compare it to that. It's a single cylinder. And we'll bring it in here. And I think what I'll do, so, there's Biggles, Global Moto Colchester, yeah, Colchester Kawasaki, BSA, Royal Enfield, Kawasaki of course, Motor Guzzi, the whole lot. So I'll just take this round the back. It's been a very pleasant ride. I'd like to have it all day, that's what I would. I'd like to have it all the time. Look at that for magic. I'll turn it off and we'll have a little look round here. There you go. BSA Gold Star 650 single. Marvellous bike in bloody marvellous red. Excellent.